15 simple daily habits that quietly transform your life and begin rewiring your brain one small win at a time. 1. Make your bed. Boom, you've got a small micro win on the board in under 4 minutes. First win of the day locked in. That little dopamine hit, it's like flipping a switch. Suddenly skipping the gym feels wrong. Because here's the thing, making your bed isn't just about neat sheets. It's about taking control of your space, setting the tone and starting off your day with productivity, and quietly telling yourself, my standards are higher than average. 2. Gratitude before the notifications, before the noise. I open the Bible and read a verse. Some hit so deep, I had to pause and let it sink in. A few minutes then came prayer. That rhythm, scripture and prayer, became my anchor. Sometimes it was pure gratitude. Thank you for this breath, this day, this chance. Other mornings it was raw honesty. Lord, I'm running on empty. I need you. Gratitude makes it harder for negativity to hijack your mood. Before breakfast, that steady calm keeps me grounded when life throws its punches. Because storms will come, no doubt. The question is, what's holding you steady when they do? Reading scripture points the way. Prayer reminds you you're not walking it alone. 3. Set the tone. Own the morning before it owns you. Sleeping in until 9 a.m. feels cozy, until you realize it's like showing up to the race halfway through and wondering why you can't catch up. I used to roll out of bed late, instantly in reaction mode. Rushing. I'm not saying you need to wake up at 5 a.m. and go for a run. Just wake up before the chaos. When the streets are still and you can focus, that's where the better version of you starts building. 4. Hydrate first thing. Before I even touch my phone, I down a big glass of water. This was a game changer. Honestly, most mornings, I wasn't actually tired. I was just running on fumes. I was waking up, slightly dehydrated from not drinking water. It felt like the parking brake was on. I could feel myself working harder just to get moving. When I made hydration a habit, it stopped being just water. It became my daily software update. 20 ounces the moment I wake up and a bottle of water always within arm's reach became a lifeline for my nervous system. Your brain's like a high-performance engine. It runs on electricity, and water is the fuel that keeps the spark alive. Skip it, and you're running in low-power mode and buffering. The first time I made hydration a priority, it was wild. Mental fog, gone. Afternoon crash, cut in half. My skin looked better, my focus locked in, and my mood was leveled out. All from a simple hack. It feels like cheating now. I treat water like a legal performance enhancer because it is. 5. No phone first hour. Go on a walk without your phone and skip the music. Just you and nature and maybe a curious squirrel that pauses mid-acorn snack. To give you a slow, judgmental once-over. At first it felt awkward. Your hand twitches for your phone and your brain starts glitching because of the silence. But then, it happens. You notice the rhythm of your footsteps, and somewhere in that quiet, your thoughts start to breathe. And the ideas your brain's been waiting to tell you start to connect. Decisions become clearer and problems that felt tangled suddenly loosen. Some of my best breakthroughs came simply walking with my thoughts. Give your thoughts some fresh air, you might be surprised what shows up. 6. The discipline of stillness. Meditation and yoga taught me discipline in a way nothing else did. There were days I sat on the mat, thoughts racing, convinced I was doing it wrong. Other days holding a pose burned so much I wanted to quit. But I leaned into it. And somewhere in that stillness and that stretch, I learned the art of focus. It's not just about flexibility or calm, it builds mental strength at the same time. The ability to stay grounded when everything in you wants to run. Once you feel that power, you start showing up differently in every part of your life. 7. The laser focus hour that rewires how you work. Before I discovered this, I'd spend hours in fake work mode. It's not about chaining yourself to your desk for hours. It's about locking in 1 hour like your soul just got handed the most important deadline of its life. When I started blocking just one distraction-free hour, everything shifted. What I used to drag out for an entire distracted afternoon, I now crush in 60 minutes. Then I take 15 minutes to step away, stretch, maybe stare out the window like I'm waiting for a movie plot twist. No screen, just a reset. 8. Journaling felt like backing up a truck and dumping the entire junk pile out of my head. It made me more self-aware other days. It was just me scribbling nonsense, wondering if I'd wasted the ink. Journaling isn't about writing something poetic or Instagram-worthy. It's about writing something real. I've sat down with a head full of noise, random thoughts, old worries, spiraling and confused. Things I didn't even know were rattling around in there. And in the middle of that chaos, I usually find one thought that actually matters. One truth I didn't see before. 9. One daily promise. Your whole life is shaped by how often you actually do what you say you'll do, and no, it doesn't have to be some massive life-changing goal. It can be laughably small, like stretching for 5 minutes before bed, or no scrolling on the phone while in bed. I started thinking of it like planting a single seed. Every day, one promise kept is one seed in the ground. Self-trust is how discipline grows roots. Break those promises often enough, you start doubting your goals, procrastination kicks in, and you start giving yourself the "I'll start Monday" speech until it's already next month. But keep even the tiniest things and you start building this unshakable trust in the person staring back in the mirror every single day. 10. Start saying no. I used to live like a 24/7 convenience store, always open. Even when the shelves were empty, I'd rearrange my whole day for a quick favor, then catching up on my own work, running on fumes. Hey, when you say yes to everything, you're saying no to yourself. Guard your peace like it's rent money. Your time and peace are non-negotiable. No discounts. Now I say no. Not out of selfishness, but because my time, focus, and life come at full price. And not everyone gets the privilege to spend it. 11. Read 5 pages. Think of it like stacking bricks in your mind. Tiny at first, but over time, you're building a fortress of wisdom. No tweets or doomscroll fluff, real books that feed you. Self-improvement, better habits, even the Bible. 1 page at a time at first. 5 pages feels like nothing, but then magic kicks in. Your thinking sharpens. Your mind stops jumping at every ping like a startled cat. I started thinking like someone with a vision, with depth. Small pages, big shift. Those tiny, daily pages stack up until you've built something solid inside your mind. Feed it truth, wisdom, and positive changes every day. You'll see life different, and you'll live like a new version of yourself. 12. Visualization 2 minutes. That's all it takes. Close your eyes and see yourself winning, nailing the job, walking into a meeting, steady voice, confident posture, moving through the moment calm and confident. Your brain isn't just daydreaming, it's rehearsing for it. The first time I tried, I thought it was fluff, positive thinking. But when I walked into a meeting I had visualized a dozen times before, it felt like déjà vu. I'd already been there in my mind, so my body simply followed the script. Here's the crazy part, your brain can't tell the difference between a vivid vision and reality. So every time you visualize, you're programming your future self for success. Do it daily. 2 minutes. See it, feel it, own it, and watch your reality start catching up. 13. Positive self-talk. Here's what finally clicked. I realized my inner voice was narrating my entire life, and I'd let it sound like a heckler in the front row. Every stumble it booed, every mistake it replayed on loop. I would never talk to my friend like this. That was my turning point. I decided to be my own hype man. Suddenly, the voice in my head was saying, "You've got this, one step at a time." I started celebrating small wins, reminding myself, progress beats perfection, and cheering myself on like someone I actually wanted to see win. Everything shifted. I began trusting myself in moments that used to stress me. I took more risks. I made choices that lined up with the person I was becoming, not the one I used to be. It was awkward at first. Then I realized every word you tell yourself is either tightening the chains around you or cutting them loose. The more positive I was, I became the version of me I'd been waiting for. You become what you consistently tell yourself. 14. Clean space equals a clear mind. Your environment is shaping who you are every day. For months, my space looked like a yard sale nobody packed up. Clothes slouched on chairs, coffee cups turning into experiments, papers scattered like they were trying to escape. No wonder my head felt clutter. A cluttered room is like having 10 browser tabs open in your brain. I couldn't focus. I was overwhelmed. Peace doesn't grow in chaos. The day I started cleaning, it wasn't to impress anyone. It was about reclaiming my headspace. Cleaning my space gave me clarity in my thoughts. When I finally looked around at an organized space, it was like my brain exhaled for the first time in months. Your space is a mirror of your standards. When you raise the standard of your environment, your mood, focus, and even your productivity rise right along with it. You're making room for the life you want to step into. 15. Daily check-ins. One of the simplest but most powerful habits I've found, 5 minutes at night. Ask yourself, what worked? What's next? What didn't? Do it daily and you're leveling up on purpose. That's when everything shifted for me. I stopped waiting for lucky breaks or for someone else to validate me. I started betting on myself unapologetically. My transformation didn't come overnight. It came from a string of small, almost invisible choices I made every single day. Now, I treat it like a contract with myself. Sometimes I write it, sometimes I say it out loud. I'm not stuck. I'm in the process of becoming better. You want change? Stop waiting. The cavalry isn't coming. No one's handing you a map. Draw your own.